Hey guys, so today we're reviewing Sistas, season 9, episode 5, and this week's episode was okay. Like it was kind of a filler episode. I'm not gonna lie. Literally nothing much happened. It was kind of boring to say the least. But I really hope it picks up. I'm not giving it too much grace because it did. The season did just start, but it's like I kind of want to pick it up a little bit. But for right now, ain't nothing really happening. So let's just get right into the episode. So the episode starts off with Rich and Sabrina are in the middle of arguing, and then Penelope barges in, and she puts her 2 cents into it, and basically, um, Sabrina's just yelling at her to get out and this and that and the third, and then she's basically like, Sabrina wasn't like that, and this and that and the third. I'm just like, Penelope, just go ahead. Like she do not want to see you, and it's really no shade. Like she do not want to see you, and of course Maurice and Maurice and Paige are there, trying to de-escalate everything. But. So then Andy's in the office. She's trying to do her work, and she's in there freaking out. Like she's over here having PTSD with everything that's been happening with Gary and everything. She's having PTSD. So you know, she's struggling with that. So then she tries to call Fatima, but then she gets a call from she listens to her voicemail, and she listens to the voicemail that Robin sent her, and it was basically like a goodbye voice note, and she cried and this and that there. So I guess that was them saying that that was the end of Robin and Andy's chapter. For now, he might come back, but I really don't see a point. I really do feel like this should be the end of Andy and Robin. There's no shade, but it is what it is. So then Andy calls Fatima in the office and tells her that, she's working on the case with Karen's doctor and this and that and third, and she's found all this information. And Fatima was like, where'd you find all this information? And she was like, I have my ways and this and that and third. So then Tony tells Danny that he quit his job, and Danny's like hesitating about it. She's like, "Oh, how you gonna make money in this and that and third? And you shouldn't have done that." But my whole thing about Danny is, didn't you tell him to quit his job? So see, Danny's about to piss me off. So you tell this boy to quit his job, he does it, and then now you're mad that he quit his job. Like that don't even make sense. But okay. So then Tony and Danny go out to lunch, and basically, like I said, they talking about him losing his job and how he's gonna make money and pay the bills. And basically, Danny's basically just like, it wasn't a smart idea, but Tony's just like, I feel free. I'm glad I made this decision, and this and that and the third. So then, Danny, hold on. So then Danny's at the airport, and I guess her cousin just got out of jail or prison, and he comes to see Danny to ask her for some money, and she's basically just like, boy, you need to get back on your feet and this and that and there, and she gives him $20, and he takes it, but she's just like over it. I guess. I guess so. I guess her cousin's gonna be in town now, asking for money, causing trouble. I guess. I don't see the point of that storyline for now, but I guess it'll progress into something else. We'll see. So then, Fatima is at the office, and Marie's godson, Kendrick Waters, he is a rookie college basketball player, and in the college basketball, and he asks Fatima for legal advice, and she gives him the legal advice, and basically, you know, she tells him that she basically tells him that his contract, if he does anything or like messes up his contract, they keep all the money and they just drop him and blindside him, and she doesn't want him to get messed over. And Hayden comes in, starts fanboying, and then Marie comes in to make sure her godson's being treated right and everything, and then that's basically what happens with that. So then Fatima calls to check on Zach to see how he's doing. Zach hasn't ate all day. She orders him some food and tells him to get better. And he's just at home drinking alcohol, playing a game, because he's very depressed. So then Danny stops by to check on Zach, and they smoke some weed and they basically have a talk. And that was just a nice moment to see because Danny is a real friend of Zach, and she generally cares about Zach. So it was nice to see her checking on him with everything that's been going on. So now, of course, Karen is still going through it. She's still in bed, going through postpartum depression, and also grieving the loss of her child. And basically, her mother and Aaron are, worried about her. And, her mom goes to the store and, Aaron's there. He tries to get Karen to get out of bed. She's not budging. She's basically like, I'm not meant to be a mother and this and that. And there. He's like, you are because you still got faith here and this and that and the third. And, you need to take care of her. And, she's just laying in the bed. So then Karen finally comes out of bed to get some water. And Aaron says he'll run to his car because he got a case of water in the car. And he just put the baby to sleep. So then, basically, when he leaves, the baby starts crying, and Karen starts freaking out in her mind, like, "Oh, what do I do? What do I do? What do I do?" And she's like hesitant. She should care for the baby or not. And then she ends up running away from the baby while the baby is crying. Now that's sad. I really hope Karen gets over this because she does have a child to take care of, and it would be sad for her to be like, a unfit mother or whatever. But that's how the episode ended. And I'll see you guys next week for episode 6.